It's a pleasure to have you join us, and welcome to Teledal TV. This is Beyond the Scores. I'm Taf Wada, and these are the top stories of the day. The Young Scorpions are defeated in their opening group stage match against Guinea-Bissau at the WAFU Under-17 Zone A qualifiers. 2 players from the WAFU squad have been ruled ineligible after failing an MRI test in Mali. A Gambian footballer plans to boycott remaining international matches in frustration over playing home matches in foreign stadiums. The Women's African Cup of Nations finals will expand from 12 to 16 teams starting from the 2026 edition. There were a host of matches over the weekend with some upsets and exciting results. These stories coming right up after this break. The Gambia Under-17 team were defeated in their opening match of the Under-17 Zone A WAFU tournament. The Young Scorpions were beaten by Guinea-Bissau 2-0 as coach Yaya Mane and his boys will have to recover in their final 2 games to make it to the Final Four. The Young Scorpions started strongly with several chances but could not beat the Guinea-Bissau goalkeeper. Guinea-Bissau scored a goal in each half from 2 quick counter-attacks to clinch all 3 points in a nice back-and-forth game. The Young Scorpions were earlier hit with another defeat when 2 players were ruled ineligible for the tournament after failing an MRI test. Coach Mane had mentioned in his press conference prior to the unveiling of the 21-man squad that they had taken MRIs in Senegal, which had already disqualified players from their pool of 35. However, new results have disqualified a further 2, leaving the squad with 19 players for the remaining of the tournament. CAF rules state that if a participating team has 3 or less of its players found ineligible, the said players will not be allowed to participate in the competition, but the concerned team will be allowed to participate, on condition that the ineligible players are not replaceable. However, if 4 or more players are found to be ineligible, the participating team is disqualified from the competition. The Scorpions will hope that they can overcome these hurdles in the rest of the tournament. An unnamed Gambian footballer is said to be boycotting the upcoming international fixtures as a protest over frustration over continuously playing home matches at foreign stadiums. Frustration has been building among fans over the lack of completion of the national stadium, with the national team going over 3 years without playing a home match in the country. However, this is seemingly the first public outrage from a national team player. In 2022, CAF banned Gambia from playing international and continental club matches at Independence Stadium due to the lack of an electronic scoreboard, no fixed seating, a poor quality pitch, and medical facilities, as well as inadequate dugouts. Though progress has been made on the stadium, the Scorpions are still not playing at home soil. The upcoming home match against Gabon on October 10th will be played in Kenya, and the hope is that by 2026, the stadium will be ready to go. For fans and local businesses, the continuous ban is particularly painful. Hosting international fixtures in Bakau not only boosts national pride, but also drives economic activity around the stadium. The ban therefore carries financial and emotional weight beyond the technicalities of CAF's rules. Perhaps this new boycott from a player might accelerate the reopening of the stadium. Across the continent, CAF today announced that the Women's AFCON finals will expand from 12 to 16 teams starting from the 2026 edition. This announcement comes as the sport continues to grow at a rapid pace in the women's side, with CAF emphasizing its goal of growing the women's game in the continent. The finals are set to take place in Morocco next year, but the expansion will likely now require a 3rd round of preliminaries to be played, with 11 nations competing for the remaining 4 spots. The women's AFCON was initially an 8-team tournament in 1998 until its 2018 finals in Ghana. The first iteration of the 12-side tournament began in 2022 after the 2020 tournament was cancelled due to COVID-19 pandemic. CAF's purposeful efforts to grow the women's game in the continent is reflected in its investment in increased prize money. This year's champions, Nigeria, were handed a $1 million check for its victory, a 45% increase from previous champions. This improvement is in line with the global growth of the game on the women's side, with women's football now becoming a worthy career for many aspiring players around the world. We'll be right back with international football news right after the break. Arsenal moved to the top of the Premier League with a 2-0 victory over West Ham on Saturday. Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka were on the score sheet for the Gunners, who continued their early strong start to the season. Liverpool had a chance to retake the top spot as they played Chelsea in the Saturday late-night match, but they were beaten 2-1, giving them their third straight defeat in all competitions. Moises Caicedo's first-time strike was equalized by Cody Gakpo in the second half in a back-and-forth match, but Brazilian wonderkid Estevão won all 3 points for the Blues in the 95th minute to cap a thrilling match for fans. Manchester United earned a well-needed 3 points on Saturday when they beat newly promoted Sunderland 2-0 at Old Trafford. Boss Ruben Amorim, who has been on the hot seat after a slow start to the season, saw his side take a 2-goal lead in the first half and then cruise to a comfortable 2-0 win. New goalkeeper Senne Lammens was particularly impressive, with some commanding goalkeeper to keep a clean sheet in his debut. On Sunday, Erling Haaland continued his blistering start to the season with another goal to give him his 18th in 11 games for club and country this season. The victory moved City up to 5th before the international break, but there were concerns over the midfielder Rodri when he hobbled off with injury after just 21 minutes and continues to struggle to find form after winning the Ballon d'Or last year. In Spain, FC Barcelona were thoroughly beaten by Sevilla on Sunday. Catalonian Giants were thrashed 4-1, ending their unbeaten start to La Liga and denying them an opportunity to return to the top of the table. Sevilla's first league win over Barcelona since 2015 lifted them to 5th in the table. Barcelona remains second with 19, 2 below leaders Real Madrid. Robert Lewandowski had an opportunity to tie the game while it was 2-1 but missed the penalty, and Hansi Flick's high-pressing style football continues to leak chances, and they were ruthlessly punished in the dying minutes. The match had significant Gambian influence, as Sevilla fans revealed the banner of Gambian football legend Biri Biri Njai prior to the match. The Gambian legend, who is severely respected for his exploits while playing for Sevilla, was honored and seemed to inspire their squad in the win. Real Madrid had gone top after their 3-1 win over Villarreal on Saturday, with dynamic duo Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe on the score sheet for Los Blancos. Vinny had 2 and Mbappe continues to score with a second-half goal in a comfortable win. Now, as the international break comes, Xabi Alonso is hopeful that his side can continue their fine form as the El Clasico looms right after the international break. Thank you. That's all the sports news we have for you. This is Beyond the Scores, and I'll see you soon.